Richard, thank you very much for joining us at B4. So your Shrevell year, how does the whole High Sheriff thing work? How did you become a High Sheriff? Maybe give some background.
Yeah, thanks. Well, thanks, Richard, for having me here. It's great to see you, as always. So the Shrevell team, the High Sheriff, it's a very old position. It's the oldest royal appointment in the country, so it goes back over 1,000 years. How do you get appointed as a High Sheriff? Well, you get nominated, you don't put yourself forward. There is a committee, a nomination committee, which comprises the Chief Constable of Thames Valley Police, the Bishop of Dorchester, the Lord Lieutenant, and a couple of ex-High Sheriffs, and they have a list of people that they think are worthy of the position, and my name came to the top. So I'm very honoured, very proud, and it's an appointment for 1 year, so there'll be someone after me, and in actual fact they appoint every 4 years in advance, so I've known for a little while.
So in terms of what you have to do and what you're expected to do during your year, maybe give us a bit of an outline.
Yeah, so the appointment is a royal appointment, as I said, so one of the first duties is to represent royalty in the county, but you also look after the organs of the constitution, as it were, so that's the police, the judiciary, the prison service, so you champion those causes. You also look after faith groups, the armed forces, and more importantly, the volunteer sector of the community. So you have a position of high responsibility, and you have to champion all of those causes.
So you're likely to get a call at 3 in the morning to go and sort out some public order offences, or not?
In the past, the High Sheriff used to have to be in control of the militia, the local militia, so he used to raise the forces in the county, and he also used to raise taxes, but luckily those have been devolved to others now, so I'll leave it to the Chief Constable of Thames Valley Police to sort out any riots in the county, I think.
And we won't see you herding sheep up Cornmarket or anything?
No. So there's a different sheriff as well. There are two sheriffs in this county. There's the High Sheriff of Oxfordshire, which is a position of high authority, and then there is the Sheriff of Oxford, and it's the Sheriff of Oxford who is a civic position, and he gets to round up all the sheep and the horses on Port Meadow. So there are two sheriffs in this county.
Excellent. And your outfit, tell us a little bit about your outfit. Obviously you're not wearing it today, you chickened out.
The tights have caused great amusement and is part of the outfit, so it's a 18th century courtwear. So we'll start at the bottom. It's little ballet shoes with a
which you had anyway.
Which I had anyway. Tights, which I obviously had anyway. Yeah. And then these lovely black velvet breeches, a black velvet frock coat with lots of steel cut buttons, a sword, a lacy thing called the jabot, and then there's a wig bag that hangs off the back. And it's all put together as well with a lovely bicorn hat and some white cotton gloves that I carry rather than wear. So it's lovely. It was one of those things that I thought when I was asked to be High Sheriff, oh God, I've got to dress up in tights. But having worn, well, as you know, once you've worn tights, it's difficult to take off. But when you're in the kit, it's great. It's really, really fun, and I'm looking to wear it as much as possible. So no, it's a thing of sort of amusement, but I'm really, really proud to be High Sheriff. It's going to be an amazing year, and I'm really setting out to do as much as I possibly can. As you know, I like to fill my life to the brim, and so this is just pushing it a little bit further.
Anybody that knows you knows that there must be at least 4 or 5 of you, because you cover a lot of ground. But just touching on things that come part and parcel of the package, do you call it a coat of arms, or is it your badge? Or
a part of the privilege of being a High Sheriff is you get to create your own coat of arms. So you have to go to the Royal College of Arms to meet with a herald, and you then discuss whether there is a coat of arms that you can carry. If not, if you don't have direct lineage to a coat of arms, you then get to create your own coat of arms for a small fee. So anyway, we created a coat of arms, which is wonderful. So on my website, highsheriffoxford.co.uk, I've got my coat of arms, which is the background is azure colour, which is a blue, with the two waves that are on the Oxford coat of arms, which represent the Thames and the Cherwell. Then I have 3 white roundels, which actually represent hockey balls, and then inside those are 3 little birds, little martlets I think they're called, which sort of represent my love of bird watching, but also a reference to King Edward the Confessor, who had those as his emblem, and King Edward the Confessor was born in Iceland, so that's a nice link there. So it's a little bit of fun, it's great to have, and I can put it on letterheadings, my website, all sorts of things, so it's a little bit of tradition.
And so your investiture, is that what?
Yeah.
So that was 2-3 weeks ago?
So swearing-in ceremony was on the 10th of April,
Yeah.
so that's the start of the year.
Okay.
It's, as you know, you kindly came there, it's a bit of pageantry, a bit of proper English heritage. You've got a High Court judge there, you've got the Lord Lieutenant, the outgoing High Sheriff, all of the district judges and some magistrates, all the ex-High Sheriffs, and it's a little bit of a ceremony. You have to swear allegiance to the Queen, and you have to promise to behave yourself, amongst other things. So it'll be a little bit of a challenge for the year, but I think I'm up for it. And afterwards we had a little reception, which is nice, everyone gets together, and it's an opportunity to invite not only the great and good of Oxfordshire, but also friends and family. So it's a great event.
And 3 weeks in, I know that you've had the Plankathon at Westgate, which a lot of your corporate challenge supporters got involved in. You've had the dinner at Doverbrooks last week. You've also run the London Marathon.
Yeah.
That's what I know of, and that's in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's been plenty of other things that you've done, and lots more that you've got planned. So maybe you should give us a quick sort of overview.
Yeah, of course. So
the corporate challenge as
absolutely.
well.
So the corporate challenge, first of all, I thought that this is an opportunity, this High Sheriff year is an opportunity to raise some money for some great causes. I consider myself to be a youthful High Sheriff because most people are invited in their late 60s, 70s, and I'm just turned 51. My background is, as well as being a charter surveyor, but also getting involved with quite a lot in Oxford, including Oxford Youth Partnership, hockey coaching, and I thought that I would make Oxfordshire's youth my sort of champion issue to look after just champion their cause. So the corporate challenge gives me an opportunity to raise some money. I've looked at my network and I've encouraged 22 companies to be part of that, and for a small fee they get to participate in a range of activities. So we have a sporting challenge, a cultural challenge, and some sports psychology talks. So it's all about wellness in the workplace and trying to encourage participation amongst all employees. So we have our sporting challenge, and so far we've done a mad Plankathon with George Anderson, personal trainer from Tame. We did that at the Westgate with 60-odd people planking in the Oxford Rock Choir coming out, and we videoed it, and it's all a bit of madness. We have got the Parkrun challenge that we're doing at the moment. We're encouraging people to join a team for the Town and Gown. Then we have a hockey festival, and we have the Ox Olympics at Abingdon School, which takes place in late July. Then we're doing a cultural challenge, and we're doing the High Sheriff selfie competition, which is a self-portrait competition at the Ashmolean later on in September. So all of these initiatives are to raise money, and I've so far raised about 150,000, which is great going, and that's going to be going towards a couple of local charities, Access Sport Oxford, which provides sporting opportunities for kids in deprived areas, looking to do something with the Cultural Education Partnership, and I'm also looking to champion the Tomley Centre, which is a autistic and disability centre in Worminghall. So the key to all of this, as well as I'm trying to match fund the money I raise, so every corporate pound will hopefully equal 2 or maybe 3. So that's the sponsorship event. But other things I've been involved with in the last 3 weeks, I did a swearing-in ceremony at St Aldate's Police Station for some new police cadets, which was really good fun. All their families were there. I had to do they had a guard of honour. I had to inspect the parade. It was very sweet, and I'm really looking to do lots of work with the police. There's some great PCSOs in Oxford, and the super is a guy called Joe Kidman, who's passionate about what he does. And some of the great problems in Oxford, we live in this amazing city, we know economically we're doing well, but there's this real polarity between the haves and haves not, and there's some real issues. Child drug exploitation in and around Oxford is a massive thing. So there's, we've got a mixed, we're a real mixed place, and I'm looking to, I don't think I can solve the problems, but I can highlight them, I can bring awareness to them.
And you've also got a day job after all of this, so who's manning the fort at VSL?
So VSL, my colleagues are being very kind to me this year. They recognise there's going to be a lot of time spent doing other things, but they've got to recognise that I already do quite a lot of other things, whether that be for Experience Oxfordshire or economic development, the local enterprise partnership. So I've stood down off a few of those. A lot of the events are also in the evening time, so I will be working full time and just squeezing things in. But as I said, it's a great opportunity, and it really expands the horizons as to what's out there in Oxfordshire, which is great county, some amazing people. The volunteer community in Oxfordshire is amazing, and looking to really put a spotlight on the issues at play with Oxfordshire's youth. So one of the other things I just want to highlight is mental health awareness. So this is an issue of great concern amongst the schools at the moment. So we're doing a project with a charity called SANE. We had a fundraising dinner at Doverbrook School. We raised £10,000 the other night, and we're doing an awareness campaign with something called the Black Dog, which is a 3-foot-high black Labrador, which represents anxiety and depression. And we are taking this to as many secondary schools and colleges in Oxford to raise awareness. So we started on the project. I think we're off to a flying start, and really looking forward to the next 12 months.
I understand you're 14th person to have one of these black dogs, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
One of the previous owners was Adamant. Yeah. So, is there any? I know he's a big hero of yours. Is there any part of the intrigue and appeal of becoming High Sheriff? I know you don't get to be it just because you want to, but was that an added bonus?
So yes, I'm a kid of the 80s, and Adamant was a big part, and still is a big part of my musical likes. Saw him in concert just before Christmas, and I have one personal ambition this year, which is to meet Adamant. So he's also an ambassador, a patron of SANE, the charity, and SANE have made me an ambassador, which is great. So I'm hoping that I can connect with him and maybe get a picture of me next to the real dandy highwayman to
autograph book.
Absolutely, selfies, the lot. So you never know. It's
Well, you're doing a great thing, Richard, and we're all very proud of you. And
Thank you.
Have a great year. Enjoy it, and get lots of photos. And I'm sure there'll be lots more to come after this year. So
brilliant.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Cheers.